What up guys, your boy Kothis, and we're back with another one. Now today we are going over one of my all-time favorite builds from Diablo 3, and that is the Hammer of the Ancients build. This build that we're focusing on today deals with a lot of crowd control or CC and heavy AoE damage, as you can see here. This is probably one of the hardest hitting builds in the game and will probably be one of the hardest hitting Barb builds in the full release, unless you switch out Hammer of the Ancients for Upheaval, but Upheaval takes a little bit more and eats a lot more of your fury, whereas Hammer of the Ancients can literally be spammed. So the choice is yours, but either build is going to be hitting hard. I see a lot of people talking about the Barb not being so good, but I feel like those people don't understand that the full game's not out, and this is going to be one of the most broken classes in the game. In this video, I'll go ahead and go over the gear that makes this build insane. We'll go over the armor and everything, maybe the passives you want, and then we'll show some raw gameplay and then finish it off with a boss fight. Alright guys, let's go ahead and jump into that build. Starting off, I went into Bash. I feel like Bash is perfect for this build, and we went into Combat Bash, which allows us to get more damage on our AoEs, overpower damage actually, which is huge. And then we obviously Hammer of the Ancients, what this build's focused around. We went into Furious Hammer. I feel like it's more consistent damage than Violent Hammer. If you're someone that gets lucky, gets a lot of overpowers and maybe spec into Violent, but this works the best for me. Moving down, went to a hard CC into Ground Stomp and went into Strategic just to get cooldown on our ultimate. For every enemy you hit, you get 1 second taken off, so I think that's great. Once again, if you're having problems with Fury, go into this, but this works much better. Right here is where we're getting all of our Fury. We went into Tactical Rally Cry, and this allows us to get 100% generation as well as Fury anytime that we use it. If you're running Thorns, which we are running Thorns, you could definitely spec into this and get more damage out. Also with Warcry, we went into the more damage with their enemies around, but if you're specking into Thorns, you can get more damage out of Thorns by specking into that. Completely skipped this and went right into Call of the Ancients, which just pairs beautifully with this build. Let's go ahead and get into the armor, guys. Alright guys, we'll just briefly go over things. Really all you need to make this build work is this passive right here. Hammer of the Ancients quakes outward, dealing X amount of damage to enemies. So we got lucky with the roll of 92%. That's really all you kind of need for this build. Another thing that pairs really well is to have damage on the Ground Stomp. Since we are using that for the hard CC, we might as well have more damage on it, and we do more damage while standing in it. And then I'll also use this, basic skills gain 58% attack speeds because we are using Bash, and Bash is very slow, so this helps out a lot. Everything else is really up to you. Whatever you want to run however you want to run it. Armor, anything you want. This is the only thing that matters, and then anything else just pairs with it nicely. Go ahead and do it. It doesn't take much to really make this build sing. I mean, this build hits hard as is. Here's some other weapons that I'm running with the build just to see if I can squeeze out more damage, and I still have what I have. This also works really well if you're looking for armor. You have 44% increased damage to stun enemies, and we're constantly stunning enemies, so there's that. Let's go ahead and see what this build can do in action, then we'll roll into a boss fight, guys. Alright guys, that pretty much sums it up. If you enjoyed it, please like, subscribe, and comment. It helps this channel out a lot, and it helps me out a lot. I'm going to continue to make Barb builds because it's my favorite class, and I'm going to try to squeeze one more out this weekend, maybe a fun build. Anyways, you guys have a great day, and I'll see you in the future. Later guys.